Welcome back to Nick in Detail. I'm Nick, and in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Warriors and Panthers game, which took place in Auckland last night. In this video, I'll give my thoughts on the game, who was my standout player, and look ahead to who's next for the Warriors. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. For the first time since June 2019, the Warriors have beaten the Panthers at home. And boy, what a performance from the Warriors. Their 28-12 win closes that gap to the top two teams in the league by 2 points, all having played the same amount of games. But let's get my thoughts on this match. And man, this was a standout performance from the Warriors. This is now 3 wins in their last 4 games for the New Zealand side, and this was an absolute standout performance from the Warriors. Right from that first kickoff, they took control of the game, really stamped the authority on this match, but just controlled the tempo and the way this game was going to be played. The Panthers barely had the ball in that first half. In fact, it wasn't until those late couple of tries at the end of the match where we actually really saw the Panthers get into gear. That is just how great the Warriors were. They just kept putting the pressure on that Panthers line, just constantly banging at their try line, and they were just an absolute force to be reckoned with. This is a performance that we have been crying out for the last couple of months. It's safe to say the Warriors haven't looked too great over the last few weeks, although of course minus that big win over the Titans they had last weekend. We've not really seen a performance of this caliber and level for quite some time, and this is despite, of course, both these teams having their injuries. So it wasn't their best starting lineups they had, and actually their best teams for this game. But despite that, they just showed the Warriors, particularly last night, that quality and depth, and also just how great those young players coming into the team are really stepping up to NRL level. This has got to be a big credit to Andrew Webster, the way he gets his coaching across to his players, the way he wants them to play, and particularly turn up for these big games. I think this performance last night just shows the Warriors are very much in the hunt, and probably you could even say, could even end the season as minor premiers, and could even go on to win the whole damn competition come at the end of next month. But yes, this was such a great showing from the Warriors. Really great to see them hitting this form, and honestly, based on that performance last night, I am very excited to see where this team can go heading into the last about 5-6 games of the regular season. So who was my standout player? Well, one that actually wasn't even meant to be playing last night was my standout, and that is the return of halfback Luke Metcalf. Yes, Luke Metcalf. I can't even remember the last time we even heard his name being mentioned. I know there was that big chat about a couple months ago about the whole fallout with the Warriors because of Tanner Boyd's amazing rise to that number 7 jersey. Of course, then unfortunately falling superior to an ACL injury, a really cruel ACL injury over Magic Ground a few months ago. But Luke Metcalf, who I said before wasn't even meant to be playing tonight. So Marty Martin was meant to be in that number 7 jersey, but yesterday morning he had to withdraw with a hamstring injury. So in comes Luke Metcalf. You could say from the outside, I guess you could almost say from the dead almost. But yes, what a performance from Luke Metcalf. We know he's heading to the Dragons next year, and based on that performance last night, I'm actually sad he's going to the Dragons. This is a guy that absolutely took control of this game. And I think just pointed some reminders that, yes, I'm on the outside, but man, I can still play like I've been playing over the last couple of years. Just took control of the game and almost like back like he never left. So what a performance from Luke Metcalf. 2 tries last night. I guess a sort of assist as well, although Dylan Waitene-Lesniak actually set up that try that Luke Metcalf put up in the air, that high ball him. But still, despite that, Luke Metcalf, what a return back to this Warriors team. And the injury of Marty Martin yet to be known, but I would like to think regardless that Luke Metcalf's probably going to keep that starting jersey because he was just outstanding last night and a big part of why this Warriors team put on a great showing last night. So Luke Metcalf, so great to have him back in this Warriors team. Great to see him back to his best. We know he's been very unlucky with the injuries he's been having, and you almost wonder if he wasn't injured, would he still be in this Warriors team? I'd certainly like to think so, but despite that, really great to see Luke Metcalf back to his best, and I'm looking forward to seeing this continuing. So for me, Luke Metcalf, a great showing from the halfback last night. My standout player. So what's next for the Warriors? Well, actually, they're back on the road. I know, it just seems like we don't really get to see the Warriors in New Zealand. It seems like the last month, they've had a truckload of games on the road. And once again, they're going to be going across the Tasman next weekend. They're actually off to Brisbane next Saturday night to take on the Broncos. The Broncos haven't been great themselves. They're called 6-13 for the season. They're sitting 15th at the moment. They play the Dolphins tonight. And of course, that win, they can get up to about 12th, depending on how that result plays out tonight. But yes, you like to say, well, the Warriors, based on that performance last night, they're going to be heavy favourites. Yes, the Broncos. The Broncos are the defending champions, remember. They have been terrible this year and down on 15th as well. Not the sort of performances you'd be expecting, let alone from a Michael Maguire team who we know is a standout coach from his time at the Kiwis, but also as well with the New South Wales Blues, of course, in his origin stint a couple of years ago. But yes, for the Warriors, they're off to Brisbane to take on the Broncos, and based on that performance last night, I think certainly another big performance and a big win, possibly incoming, without, of course, talking it up. But that's going to be it for me. Yeah, a very different game this one was, considering these two teams, of course, the game in May in Sydney played at that very close 20-18 win. But this game was a lot more open, a lot more free-flowing. And the Warriors very much showed their class last night. And once again, as I said before, I'm super excited to see what this Warriors team can do over the next few weeks. Yes, everyone very much needs to get on this wagon, very much get on this trend. This is going to be a very exciting run into the end of the season for the Warriors. But for me, that's going to be it. And until next time, I'll see you later.